So you've been interested in FIRE retirement. I'm gonna break down what exactly that looks like. So my name is Rich Tomasini, and I subscribed to the FIRE mentality before the acronym came out. I'm 42 years old, and this is how I learned how to retire early in the real estate industry. That's the medium that I used. There's a couple red flags that I see when I see these FIRE videos. One, saving $2 or $3 million. People are very proud of that in their 30s and 40s, but it's just not enough money to retire. You're gonna have kids, you're gonna have grandkids. Some of those kids are gonna get divorced, you're gonna get sick. You have to deal with rising cost. It's just not enough money. If your return back on $2 million is at 5%, which is a very, very liberal percentage to sustain over a period of time, it's just not enough money. So we need to create some kind of residual income that pays you on what you did yesterday and not what you saved or what you have to do tomorrow. And that's a big problem that I see with all 1099s. Forget about real estate. If you're a 1099, you're as good as what you do tomorrow. And you have to, it all comes down to being a good saver, which is essential for FIRE to work out. But most importantly, not just your output of what you're reducing in your expenses, but residual income coming in month after month, no matter where you're at or what you're doing. That's what we're gonna focus on. So to summarize the YouTube videos that I've seen on FIRE, it's a very, very cool, thoughtful couple or individuals that have been able to reduce their expenses to a really small fragment of what most of us are living on, and then save their money very, very stringently over the 2, 3, 4, 8, 10 years and retire early. And they put $2 or $3 million into a market that compounds their interest, and they live off the interest, and they're able to travel Spain, Italy, Norway, and do all kinds of things where their experiences outweigh their possessions. I love it, I love it, I love it. This is exactly where we need to move as a country. The problem that I see is that they are not saving enough money, and there's not enough money to deal with real life situations. So the way that I feel like a FIRE responsibility is met is by having residual income. You need to have something that's making passive income. And a lot of them have moved right into YouTube, right? Monetizing YouTube, using that income. But when you stop making content, you'll stop getting paid. So again, it's not residual. You need to find some sort of industry, preferably something that you like, because that will increase your likeliness of being good at it, that is able to pay you in residual income. So let's look at me, non-college graduate, real estate agent for 20 years, was a former real estate appraiser, got into being one of the top listing agents in my market, and moved over to a model in real estate where I could grow and compound my team. I took 3 agents and I compounded it into over 800 agents in 26 states and in 5 countries in 2 years. That compounding effect has created residual income because I get paid a very, very tiny portion of each agent's performance in their respective market. And all markets are different, so it kind of diversifies me within this very focused industry that I'm in. Residual income is the way that you do FIRE. You need to figure out, if you need to save $2, $3, $4, $5 million at least in your bank before you can really say in your 30s, which your life expectancy might be 90 or 100 by the time you reach old age, to support yourself. It's just too long of a haul. It's a really, really far out predictions, and all predictions, the further out they get, lose their accuracy. What you need to do is figure out, how low can I get my bills, and then how much money can I save, and what will that interest be like? And it's nice to compound your principal to where you're not living off the interest and your principal is always the same. So create something that gives you residual income. It could be income producing property. I like income producing property over single family residential because when the market crashes, rents go up and there's more people renting. So they're kind of economy proof. And when the market's great, you've got all these investment people, you got the average Joe that's out there buying the second house, discretionary income's up, all of that's great, so comps are high and you can sell high. Duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes are all my favorite because it's residential, 4 units or less. Those are good things for residual income. Now, residual income is different than passive income. Passive income means that you're laying in a hammock in Hawaii and money's just coming in. Residual income means that it keeps coming in, but there might be some work or management involved in that. With residential real estate, you can outsource that for 8 to 10%. If you're doing a VRBO, it could be 25%. I saw a video of a guy doing VRBOs where he wasn't even owning the real estate. He was just leasing the property and then doing a VRBO. So his exposure is tiny. Brilliant. I can't remember the guy's name. I'll try to find a link for the YouTube below, but super, super smart. Also much harder than it sounds like initially. But the point is that you need residual income, you need your finite amount of bills going out, and you need money in the bank. Those are the three pillars that's gonna make this fire real and not just a fun video to watch. Residual income is the name of the game. If you're in real estate, I can show you how to do that. I don't buy investment property anymore, and I'm not buying property while the market's at a high. I actually was able to do that by growing my team and earning a much smaller sliver off them that I would have if they were at my brokerage that I owned, right? I forfeited lots of profit per agent for a very small portion, but I've been able to compound with a model that escapes geography and doesn't put all the support and liability and education and lead generation squarely on me. I can show you, if you're in the real estate business and you sell real estate, how to do that. If not, just take my 3 principles of what's very important. Money in the bank, like all the fire videos say, right? 2, control your expenses. Depreciating items like cars and jewelry and watches and all this other stuff. Some of the, there's a very small market that appreciates in all of these different passion-based hobbies, but most of the stuff's depreciating, right? So definitely get into stuff to where it's either at least maintaining its value or appreciating. And then keep your bills nice and low. And 3rd is to build residual income. $3 million in the bank is not enough. Life, it changes constantly. And I live in North Carolina, which is one of the more affordable places to live in the country. If I sell my house right now, that's 2,800 square feet, that's totally upgraded to the hilt to go move to Boulder, Colorado, I'm gonna be living in 1,100 square feet. At that point, I can't control my bills anymore, so I have to make more money. So create some kind of residual income element in your life to do this fire. Otherwise, you are just plainly setting yourself up for having to re-engage in the workplace again at an older date, less connected to what's going on in the workforce. My name's Rich Tomasini. Subscribe if you like it. If you don't like it, thumbs down, tell me what's missing in this thing. But that's my take on fire.